Over the course of your career, you're going to encounter various games that I like to call key games. These key games carry more significance than regular games due to things like the opponent
as he makes
or
his
the
way
playoff
into the arena
ramifications of the game. Now
Friday
check
night
this out.
basketball,
Key
2K
games
Sports
give
and
you
the
twice as
NBA
many
here
skill
live.
points as
Good evening,
regular.
everyone.
So make sure you're ready to ball when they
Homestand
trip.
ends here for
Key
the Mavericks
games
as they
don't
get
come
ready to
easy,
hit the
my
road.
man.
They defeated Charlotte in their last game. Clark, they just obliterated them, too. They won going away.
So much, I think, Kevin, came down to their great defensive play.
Grizzlies making a switch. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. The General, he's in a shooting guard. Rogers backs him down. Here's the General. Green with the rebound.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face,
And he flushes it through. Strike slam cam with the replay.
boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
And here are the Grizzlies now. It's a three-point game. One thing you always take a look at is trends from year to year, Clark. And for the Mavericks, they won 28 at home last season. Now, that number was down from their 09 total when they won an incredible 32 games.
But they won more games overall, Kevin, which shows you that this is a team that has no problem taking care of business on the road.
Here's Finley, kept alive. Here's Bradley, and he lays that one up and in.
Plain and simple, they are simply not getting it done right now at the defensive end of the floor. They're allowing warm-up jump shots, a lot of easy shots this half, and that's why this team is shooting 60% from the floor.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Can't hit the three-pointer. About 7.5 minutes left in the first. With the floater, Harper, no good.
He tried to add a little flavor to that one. Maybe was thinking about the highlight reel. But
And that one's good. 7 points in the game.
Kevin, I think you've got to fight over the top when you're defending him. He's got such a quick release that you can't give him any space.
Number 11, blocked. Mavericks leading by 4. Number 14, and that's good, laying it in. So it's Memphis now, and this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
Coming from the same division, they'll play 3 more after tonight.
Can't get it to go. How the Mavericks take it the other way. Just over 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Green, the pass to Harper. Scooped up. Jams it in.
Despite his height, he's choosy with his dunks. But when he does, make way.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. 4 games, you get to see all sides of the teams in your division.
Oh, yeah, I love that. You see the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Division teams really know each other best.
No surprises here.
None.
So it's Memphis now. Number 11. And it's good. Jump shot utilizing the screen.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. Here's Harper, and another basket for Dallas.
They're really doing a nice job, a really good job of getting everything they want in this quarter. Just good, solid basketball.
Abdur-Rahim, guarded by Green. Here's the General, and he parries it from outside. Here's Harper. Just over 5 minutes left in the first. Here's Green, and another basket for Dallas. And here are the Grizzlies now. They trail by 7. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Well, they just never seem to get on track. They struggled to get into their usual groove. I mean, it seemed like they were disjointed and off balance and tentative all game long.
Number 14, and he makes the basket. So one free throw coming up as he'll try to make it a three-point play. And he makes the free throw. Grizzlies made a nice little improvement last season, playing close to 500, just 2 games below 500.
And Kevin, their road record at 17-24 wasn't great, but it was about what you'd expect from a team of their caliber. Not kind of in the middle of the pack, and for a young team, not too bad.
Here's Harper. To Harper. Finley can't get it to go.
He hasn't been able to get on track here. What a shot. Took the hit and was still able to maintain control to get it down.
Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the and one. You hate to say it so often, but it is what it is. Another early exit in the playoffs last year for these Mavericks. They spent so much money. Another disappointment for them.
You know what? It just shows you how difficult it is to have postseason success, Kevin. It's really hard. Teams like the Lakers and Celtics have made it look easy in the past.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Outside Harper. Outside Green. Just 5 on the clock. Bradley backs in. No good. And Dallas the other way. You know, you were talking about Dallas in the postseason. How do you lose the label of being soft in the playoffs? And what can they do, Clark? You mentioned the word matchups. And that's what the playoffs are, matchups. But when you're labeled soft, that's a team label.
Yeah. And sometimes I think that can be unfair.
Yeah.
I think the Mavericks have been more of a finesse team. But in recent years, they have shown some physicality as well. And sometimes your physicality just doesn't match up to your opponent. That doesn't mean you're soft. That just means you may not have as much as the team you're facing.
Thomas is out there with Willie Green. And there's Finley and Bradley. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
He knew exactly where the ball was going and got a hand on it.
Thomas and laid in. Nice play. Thomas got his first points of the night. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. It seems like lately, Clark, a lot of teams have embraced playing a more up-tempo style.
Yeah, I think it serves the players well, and certainly the fans enjoy it, Kevin. I think with the success of teams like the Suns, it catches on a little bit.
Here's Peeler. And another miss by Memphis. Big-time lead they've got.
Yeah, they're playing extremely well.
You know, Clark, the NBA has definitely encouraged that up-tempo style of play. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no question, Kevin. When you consider the rule changes that have been made, they're geared towards opening things up. I think it's a smart move by the league. The players are talented, and fans want to see them use that talent. I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far too many turnovers right now.
And Clark, when you see the kind of plays where they're unable to run their offense, as a coach, you start getting concerned.
Oh, without question. I mean, you have plays set up, you know your players can run them, and then they throw the ball away. You don't like to see that. They're not concentrated, trying to make a play, but it's about court awareness, understanding not only where your teammates are, but where's the defense. You've got to be able to understand and see both.
Get the teardrop, fouled as he went up, and he'll go to the line. The Memphis Grizzlies had a bounce-back year last season.
But, Kevin, they had an easier time out east than they did against the meat grinder that is the Western Conference. Just a 22-30 mark in conference play.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Finley. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Here's Thomas, and another basket for Dallas. Clark, it's got to be frustrating for franchises like Memphis that might make the playoffs if they played in the East, but they just can't break out of the pack in the West.
Well, no question about it, Kevin, but you've got to play where you're planted. There are plenty of people who'd like to see a different playoff system that would allow the top 16 teams in regardless of record. I'm not one of them. 8 from each conference. That's how it should be.
Here comes Harper, and Dallas calls their first time out of the game. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
One of the key elements in this one was that they were able to get to the foul line, the ability to get to the foul line, draw fouls, and then make foul shots. That was huge.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's one. Not on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Green. Off the screen. Kept alive. Let's loose for a three. Good. And the Mavericks lead by 19. So it's Memphis now. 19-point game. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
You want to be positioned squarely with your feet set when you set a screen. That wasn't the case there, and it was a straightforward call.
Number 13. And to no one's surprise, it's off the mark. Here's the general. Shot misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Finley with the fadeaway. Reeves corrals the miss inside. Peeler is guarded by Finley. And the basket good. He's got 7. And so here is Dallas. Under 6 minutes left in the half. Unloads from 9, and that is good.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
Lynch backs him down. Scooped up. Here's the general. He's guarded by Finley. Here's Reeves. The shot is off. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. The break is on. Now Finley. 16 points for him. And he makes it look so easy, laying it right in. 18 points for him.
They don't seem to have many answers for him in this game. He's doing a terrific job out there. Outstanding work.
Here's the general. 8 points for him.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Here's Finley, and another basket for Dallas.
He's really doing a nice job leading his team and setting a terrific pace this quarter. He's been absolutely dominant.
Here's the general. Top of the key. It's short, but gets the kind bounce.
You don't have to worry about him leading the team in scoring, but he will find ways to get involved on the offensive end.
Here's Finley. Pockets the 3-ball. 23 points in the game.
Well, he's really been big for their team, finding a way to consistently get it done on the scoreboard.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Both teams deciding to change it up. So it's Memphis. Kept alive. Here's Bradley. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. They'll be taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. First one falls for them.
As a team, they've been perfect from the line in this half. They've made them all. That's a good job, and that's exactly what you want. When you're going to get to the line, take advantage of those freebies.
And making a change here, the Mavericks. So it's Memphis now. About 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. So on the floor for Memphis. The general in a 2-guard, and Robinson.
And they're getting it done on the glass today, Kevin.
Nice advantage here on the inside. Five to shoot. Here's Bradley. Dallas again missing.
Well, he faded away on it for no good reason. He shouldn't have made that shot harder than it had to be. Way to move it up court. That's a great pass.
From 11 feet away. Cannot hit. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Here's Rogers. Scooped up. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got his first bucket of the night.
Snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
Here's the general. 12 points for him. Number 5. Off the mark with the 3-ball.
Hey, he can hit from that range. I think he missed that one, but the defense is going to want to tighten up on him out there.
Good. 14 points for him.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
Kevin, this is certainly one
Over the course of your career, you're going to encounter various games that I like to call key games. These key games carry more significance than regular games due to things like your opponent or the playoff ramifications of the game. Now check this out. Key games give you twice as many skill points as regular games, so make sure you're ready to ball when they trigger. Key games don't come easy, my man.
Live from Memphis, at the home of the Grizzlies, we're broadcasting from the FedEx Forum. Grizzlies will look to their home court advantage. Just one game here in Memphis. They're off to a slow start this season, but it's too early.
You know, Kevin, this is a team that you would certainly not consider to be world beaters, but they certainly are better than what they've shown thus far. I mean, it'll be interesting to keep an eye on them the rest of the season because they've got the potential to make some improvement.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Garnett and Porter. Garrett with the screen. Pass to Garnett. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mitchell. No good. Now the Timberwolves will take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And maybe not really too eager to face it, losing the season series last time out. Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
He hits the second from the line. So the Timberwolves call their first timeout. Two teams kind of bringing up the back end of the conference. It's not a matchup the top teams are going to pay much attention to.
Well, even if the high end isn't interested, you can bet these guys are. Two teams trying to build themselves up. You can measure improvement in other ways if you're not making the playoffs.
That's a great point. Here is Porter. Garnett outside. Porter with it. Here's Garrett. A little long, but it goes in. He's got 6.
He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. We'll go to Doris Burke, who moments ago spoke with head coach Flip Saunders. And Doris, what do you have to say?
Kevin, he said at their own end of the court, it's interior defense that coach thinks will be their biggest asset. With the shot blockers they have, no easy baskets is their mantra today. They want to send a few back at them, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team. So much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
Here's the general following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Takes it up. Tries to drop it in, but it won't go.
There's another example, Kevin, of how they're hustling to all the missed shots to get an edge in the rebounding area.
Here's the general. Right around. 4 minutes left in the first. Leads him with the pass. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. The Grizzlies finished last season 40-42. They were number 10 in the Western Conference.
And Kevin, even though they didn't make the playoffs, it was a 16-win improvement on the prior season and their best season in the past 4 years.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. And so here is Minnesota. 6-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
You can't expect to outscore your opponents with that feeble offering from the field that they had. I mean, weak shot selection, poor execution, not enough good quality shots. I mean, that's a recipe for bad offense.
Here's the general.
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Garrett tacks down. Over Rodgers. Can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Their pitfall, their downfall was foul trouble. That pretty much limited their options. Made the game disjointed and it put them at a major disadvantage as the game went on.
Here's the general. The second chance effort. Gugliotta gets the board inside. Timberwolves leading by 4. Barber backs him down. Here's Mitchell. Gets the bucket from 20 feet away. Here's the general. 2:30 left in the first quarter. Here's Rodgers. And good with the shot. And the whistle blows for the contact and a chance for one more. And he makes the free throw. And Clark for Minnesota, a dismal road record for this team a season ago.
Yeah, you can't describe 5 road wins any differently than that, Kevin. Most years, if you have a record that poor, you'll end up with a very nice lottery pick.
So it's Memphis now. Here's the general. Can't lay it in to finish the break. Here's Gugliotta. Connects on his first attempt. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
Well, I'm a little surprised to see that one fall, and I think he might be too.
Here's the general. Goes up. No good. And Minnesota the other way now.
This quarter's been a disaster for him, Kevin. He just can't buy a bucket.
Here's Marbury. Hits the far iron, but it goes in. And here are the Grizzlies now. 7-point differential. Here's the general. It's off. All alone. And Garnett slams it home.
They've been making outstanding plays on both ends, and they're starting to pull away here.
Here's the general. He's got 5. Lynch backs in. Here's Abdul Rahim. Connects from in close. 5 points in the game.
That's too easy. The D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
Can't hit. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Garnett grabs the board. Timberwolves leading by 7. Got a piece of it. Here's Marbury. Great D.
So far in this quarter, he's having a hard time getting it done. They certainly haven't been very good here in the quarter in regards to protecting the ball, Kevin.
Garnett up top. Over Rogers. And Garnett misses. Here's the general. Nails the buzzer beater.
Boy, that's what I call a bailout there. He got the shot off just in time.
First quarter over, and big number. A closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. The Timberwolves making a switch here. And so here is Minnesota. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Garnett outside. Number 11 backs him down. It's blocked. The Grizzlies trail by 3. The general in a 2-guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the unselfishness. It's a joy to watch.
And Garnett misses. And here are the Grizzlies now. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Kevin Garnett, the big-ticket KG Clark, where do you start on his list of accomplishments?
Well, I think knowing how competitive he is, Kevin, I'm sure if you ask him, he'd start with the championship. He's a surefire Hall of Famer, 04 MVP, 13-time NBA All-Star, first ballot Hall of Famer.
What a heart, huh?
Yep.
Memphis on D after the missed 3 from Garnett. That's good.
They've really been tremendous with their second-chance points here. I mean, those are backbreakers. When you can get put back, those demoralize the opposition.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Blocked, but they get it back. They got him on the arm, but it still can. No good there. He's unable to convert in the three-point play. And Clark, you mentioned KG's fire, his competitive drive after coming to the NBA so long and playing for so well over so many years. How good do you think it feels for him to add that title, NBA champion, to his resume?
Well, beyond words, probably, Kevin. I mean, that's the ultimate for anybody playing a team sport, and he's been one of the best, a leader, a winner, and a champion.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Deflected.
Your team doesn't need that mistake. You got to be efficient.
Rogers backs down. Connects. 9 points in the game so far.
Beautiful finish. You just don't see a lot of big men who have that kind of soft touch.
Here's Garrett. The shot misses. And it's Memphis the other way. Here's the general. Nets it from the wing. They cut it to 1.
His shooting so far has been a bit spotty, so hopefully that's a sign that he's back on track.
It's 2-on-1. Number 11 caps the break with a nasty stop.
Excellent defense, and the steal earns him a quick bucket in transition.
West outside, kept alive, tries again, chokes on the layup.
You can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
Number 11. And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 1. Here's West. That falls in on the layup, coming off the feed. West has got his second basket of the night. So timeout call here. The first for Memphis. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's the general. 9 points in the game so far. Baseline jumper. Scooped up. Here's Peeler. And another miss by Memphis.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
Takes it up. Porter, no luck. Memphis trailing here. Here's the general. Goes up. Rebounded. Guarded by Porter. To the inside, the general, and he lays that one up and in for two. He's got 11.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Releases from 15, and that one's good by Porter.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Here's the general. Garnett grabs the board.
One of the ways where they've shown a definite edge, Kevin, has come on the glass today.
No good from West. And here are the Grizzlies now. Here's Reeves. Can't get it to go. Now the Timberwolves will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Grizzlies improved last season, managed 40 wins. That's 16 more than the prior year.
They really came out of the gate strong, but after the strong start, kind of fizzled a bit down the stretch, and then losing Marc Gasol for a period of time hurt them too.
That did hurt him, you're right. It's blocked. Timberwolves leading by 3. Now Porter. Blocked.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine.
Scooped up. Here's Garnett. Drains it from short range. Garnett's got 21.
You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the boards to be left alone.
The baseline J, that's good. He's got 7. Here is Porter. 1:23 left in the half. Minnesota calls timeout. Both teams will make substitutions. Here is Porter. Williams pulls it in.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
Abdur Rahim. That one laid up and in off the glass. He's got 9.
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time.
Porter with it. He dumps it off. Lays out. 49 seconds left in the second. Here's Peeler. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Number 10. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. Two shots. 87. He misses the free throw. And making a change here, the Timberwolves. Here is Porter. Here's Mitchell. And he gets the bucket. Foul is called. 1 free throw for him.
Those are just the shots coaches like to see. In close around the basket.
No good, and they don't get the 3-point play.
You can see the difference here in the second half, and it's a big difference as far as their intentions on taking that ball inside. They're getting to the paint and drawing fouls at a much higher rate than they did in the first half.
On the court for Minnesota, we've got Garnett and West. No good. And it's Memphis the other way.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
Here's the General, connects on the baseline jumper. And the Grizzlies lead by 15.
Well, it's clear they're struggling some here in the second half. I thought they played better on the defensive end in the first half.
Got that one up quick.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Here's Abdul-Rahim, again Memphis.
Well, he's really been big for their team, finding a way to consistently get it done on the scoreboard.
The General gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good.
He's made an effort to get into the defense a lot more by aggressively attacking the basket, and he's not shying away from the contact, which is giving him some free throw opportunities.
So it's Memphis now. Under 7 minutes left in the fourth. Stolen away. Timberwolves on offense. It's a 13-point game. Here's Carr. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, he faded away on it for no good reason. He shouldn't have made that shot harder than it had to be.
Inside. And great assist as he lays that one in.
They're knocking down their shots now. They struggled in the first half a little bit, but I like the adjustments they've made here. It's led to better shot quality and better shooting percentage.
Here is Carr. Kept alive. Another shot. And Garnett misses.
They've really done a great job securing the rebounds, Kevin.
They got the advantage right now, Clark, +5.
Passion for the game. They're putting on a clinic out there.
Minnesota calls timeout. Here is Porter. Right around 6 minutes left in the game. Here's Mitchell. Scooped up. Carr with the ball. Puts up the baby hook. And that one's good by Garnett. Garnett's got 31.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
The General. The dump off. Here's Rogers. Can't get it to go. Now the Timberwolves will take it the other way. Here's West. Buries the step-back jumper.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey guys, over that last break, I was able to catch the message the Grizzlies head coach was giving to his team. He said, "We've got them right where we want them, fellas. Now we can't let them hang around. We'll see if they can bury their opponent, guys."
So both teams changing it up here.
Kids, listen now. If you want to learn the art of rebounding, you have to watch this guy. And the dunks aren't bad either.
Yeah, he threw that one down with reckless abandon. Here is Porter. Here's Garrett, and laying it in as that one falls through.
You can't allow him to establish deep position like that. Once he gets it in that close, he's almost unstoppable.
And here are the Grizzlies now. 13-point lead. Rogers backs him down. Baseline jumper.
Well, Kevin, they need to crash the boards effectively here.
Here's Gugliotta. Buries it from deep. So it's Memphis now. It's a 10-point game. Cannot hit. Now the Timberwolves will take it the other way.
Right now, he hasn't been able to deliver for him. He's having difficulty finding the range. I think he has to step inside a little bit more.
Porter. Number 10, Abdul-Rahim snatches it inside. Here's the General. Off the mark from 3. And so here is Minnesota, trailing by 10. With the fadeaway, bullseye. That's 7 unanswered.
He didn't need the fade there, but he knocked down the shot, so you can't argue with the result.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. So it's both teams making substitute. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on
It seemed like you guys could do no wrong out there tonight. What's it feel like to come off such a great all-around team performance?
Man, it's a good feeling. It was really a team effort out there tonight, and those are the best kind of wins. I'm hoping we can use this as a momentum builder to keep up this kind of play moving forward. If we're able to do that, there's no reason we can't start making a whole lot of noise in this league.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. This game marks the end of this stretch at home for the Lakers. Back on the road tomorrow. This is the beginning of a pretty favorable window in their schedule, Clark, with a lot of home games, and they'll be looking to capitalize and to boost their standings. Grizzlies making a switch. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. The general in a two-guard. Jones, O'Neal goes up. They rule this one. Goaltender. Caught the shot. And here are the Grizzlies now, looking for the first basket of the game. Grizzlies made a nice little improvement last season, playing close to 500, just 2 games below 500.
And Kevin, their road record at 17-24 wasn't great, but it was about what you'd expect from a team of their caliber. Not kind of in the middle of the pack, and for a young team, not too bad.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach of the Grizzlies. There's obviously one player on his mind in this matchup, and it's Kobe Bryant. He asked me, what more can you say about him that hasn't already been said? And went on to say, just look at all the rings he has on his fingers. That tells you all you need to know about Kobe Bryant. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. And here are the Grizzlies now, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. And that one's good. So it's the Lakers now. Under 8 minutes left in the first. And Shaq backs down. The jump hook. Shot's good. Shaq's got 6. Buck, how do you think the Grizzlies can get into the playoffs this season?
Well, we've talked about the youth of that team, so obviously the young players have to continue to get better. I think Lionel Hollins has done a nice job in bringing that team along. So it's a matter of getting better defensively and being a little more consistent in how they play the game.
And the Lakers have possession. Off from three-point land. Here's the General. Bricks it off the front iron.
When you settle for that kind of shot, that's a wasted possession. That is not a high percentage look.
Bryant, good from the high post. Kobe's got his first basket. You know, Kobe battled injuries last season, a broken index finger that became arthritic, but somehow he still found a way to lead his team.
Testimony to his will, Kevin. I mean, you think about it, 27 points a game, 4th in the league in scoring, cold-blooded, the best finisher perhaps in the league. And when the Lakers need a big shot, he typically comes through.
Now here's Kobe, buries it from deep. Kobe's got his second basket of the night.
Some players really look for the three-point shot in transition. It's one of the best times to shoot it. You have to be a sharpshooter, though, and of course, he is.
And here are the Grizzlies now, trailing here by 8. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
They did a lot of things right. An awful lot was done right, especially at the offensive end. I thought they did a nice job exploiting every possession. They were smart with the ball, and they really looked very fluid. Nothing was forced.
So it's the Lakers now. Pulls up, high post, kept alive. A foul called, and he earns a trip to the line.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
And the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. One thing, Clark, you always know about coming into the Staples Center, this is always a tough venue to come into as a visitor.
Well, without question, 34 wins here for the Lakers last year, Kevin. This is always a tough building to play in because the team that is the home team here is usually pretty good. They've got one of the best players in the history of the league in Kobe Bryant.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
That was some great tenacity on the court from him, Kevin. I mean, good solid D, lots of activities with the active feet and hands, getting their hands on balls, slapping balls away. I think that helped them jumpstart their...
And Kobe throws it down hard. Replay here. Strike slam cam showing it once more.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
So it's Memphis now. 10 points separating the teams. The General sets a pick. Takes a 3. And Shaq pulls it down.
They're making an early statement here. I mean, crashing the glass and cleaning up every miss.
And it certainly seems like they have gotten every miss.
Well, Kevin, they're +5 right now, which is a good margin to start a game.
The Memphis Grizzlies had a bounce-back year last season.
But, Kevin, they had an easier time out east than they did against the meat grinder that is the Western Conference. Just a 22-30 mark in conference play.
And here are the Grizzlies now. They trail by 11. And, Clark, this is the first they're seeing of the Lakers this season.
The first of 4 between these teams this season.
Here's the General. Takes it up. Offline with the layup after the quick pump fake. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 14-6 run. The General is tagged with the reach. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. He misses the free throw. 2 seconds. Here's the General. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. The General in at point guard. Here's Peeler. The shot is off. And the Grizzlies going the other way now.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2. You know, one of the stories last season, Clark, in the playoffs for the Lakers was after that early scare to the Thunder of Oklahoma City in the first round, the Lakers really turned it up in the playoffs. In fact, it was that Game 5 that kind of rebooted. They kind of found themselves.
Yeah, they certainly did. Sometimes you have to have your back against the wall. You got to go through that crucible of almost losing an important game in the playoffs to be able to get your second win and to gain that extra wave of confidence. And that's kind of what happened with the Lakers. I mean, anytime you face a team like the Thunder that has the leading scorer in the league in Kevin Durant, you know it's not going to be easy, and the Lakers saw that to be true, and yet they were able to work through that.
Thunder had those young legs.
And a lot of confidence,
yes,
and an unbelievable building.
They didn't blink. They did not blink.
Not at all. They were relishing the opportunity, thrilled to be in the playoffs, but they felt like they could not only play with the Lakers, they felt like they could beat the Lakers, Kevin.
Well, you never like to see this, an injury on the floor right now, Clark.
Kevin, this is certainly one aspect of the game that you never want to see. Hopefully the injury's not too severe, and he'll be able to return to action soon.
And the Lakers making a change here. Ryan's checked in. So it's the Lakers now. It's a 13-point game. Clark, back to that postseason matchup. I mean, sweeping the Jazz is no easy feat, given you have to win 2 in a row up in Salt Lake City at the Energy Solutions Arena.
No, not easy at all, but you talk about that series against the Thunder. The Lakers had to win a 5th game on the road on a last-second shot. Sometimes, Kevin, that can catapult you to a higher level of performance in the next series, and I think that's what you saw with the Lakers when they got away from the Thunder and then were able to sweep the Jazz.
Jazz just didn't have the size to compete against Los Angeles.
Exactly. Too much size with Gasol, Odom, Bynum up front. That's an awful lot to overcome over a 48-minute ball game.
You know, Core was out, and Karolinko was coming back from injury. There were some issues there for the Jazz.
Exactly. They were undermanned and undersized, and that's no way to try to beat the Lakers.
Just 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Van Exel. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. 5 points in the game.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here.
Rogers backs in.
That's really a terrific look inside. Set him up beautifully.
So it's the Lakers now. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 20-7 run. A 3-ball. Cannot hit. And the Grizzlies going the other way now.
He hasn't been able to contribute as well as he wanted to. But in spite of that, they still have the lead, and that's a good sign.
Here's the general. He's got 6. Here's Lynch. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. And the first one at the line is good. Grizzlies improved last season, managed 40 wins. That's 16 more than the prior year.
They really came out of the gate strong, but after the strong start, kind of fizzled a bit down the stretch, and then losing Marc Gasol for a period of time hurt him too.
That did hurt him, you're right. Pass to Shaq. Deflects the pass. From about 16. Good.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. Does this team have what it takes, you think, Clark, to make the playoffs this season?
I think so, Kevin. They've got a lot of young talent that has continued to grow together. Sometimes you just have to be patient with a young developing team. And as always, when a young team commits and becomes consistent defensively, that's when they can be a playoff team.
Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Brooke, for an update. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, Kobe Bryant passed 25,000 points scored last season. He said, scoring, that's what I do best. Steve Nash is a great passer. I'm a scorer. It's what I do. And guys, even with a game as well-rounded as Kobe, it's true. His scoring ability is still transcendent.
He's something else, Doris. Thanks.
And I really like the way they've controlled the paint here in this ball game.
Puts the hammer down. Timeout called the Grizzlies. Here's the general. 6 points for him. And seeing Kobe out there, you think about how he signed a 3-year contract extension last season.
Yeah, I think the deal made sense for both him and the Lakers, Kevin. Another window for a championship is certainly open, and they feel like they can get it done a few more times under his leadership.
Shaq with the screen. Here's Ori. Misses the trade. And here are the Grizzlies now. 19-point game. They can look forward to the Oracle Arena after this game to match up against Golden State. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Goes up. It's blocked. And the next collective bargaining agreement may limit the size of contracts, so Clark a lot of the players. And Kobe throws it down hard.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Here's the general, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Shaq. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. They'll be matched up against Sacramento. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. The first one falls.
This is exactly what they need to do here. Get aggressive and get to the line. Earn yourself some extra points while putting the other team in foul trouble. That's a good strategy.
Here's Kobe. 16 points for him. He dishes it. Here's Shaq. Dunked in off the nice assist that time.
Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team. You have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. Roger backs him down. Cuts off the pass. Big time lead they've got.
Yeah, they're playing extremely well.
For 3, Kobe, no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. That's good. He's got 10.
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
So it's the Lakers now. About 6.5 minutes left in the second. Timeout called the Lakers. Grizzlies making a switch. Here are the Lakers. 10-point lead. And Jones. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. From down low. And it's Shaq missing. So it's Memphis now. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Number 11. Rebound by Kobe. Right side, Kobe. Over Lynch. Tipped away.
Well, the bad shooting continues for them to start this half.
Here's the general. Cuts the score to single digits. He's got 13.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
Pass to Shaq.
Well, Kevin, he hasn't had a great game in terms of taking care of the ball and limiting turnovers.
That's good. And the Lakers have possession. It's a 5-point game. It's off his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. Memphis on D, trailing by 5. Five on the clock. Jones pitch to O'Neal. Off the backboard and in. Shaq's got 18 points in the game.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
The shot is off. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way.
Right now, boy, they're playing strong on the glass. +8 in rebounding. Tipped. And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Lakers leading by 7. Here's Van Exel, kept alive. And here's Jones.
He got baited into throwing that one. The defense was well on top of it.
And that one's good. He's got 17. So it's the Lakers now, leading by 5. Campbell with the screen. Kobe. 13 feet out. And the Lakers with another miss. just over 7 minutes left in the third. Shoots from 12, scooped up. A second chance effort. Here's Peeler, and it's laid up and in.
They've really flipped the script here. Their hustle at both ends has got them back into this one.
And the Lakers call time here. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Fisher. Here's Ori. Hits the quick shot. 7 points in the game. So it's Memphis now. It's a 5-point game. Lynch, Campbell defender. Here's the general. Here's Lynch, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
Lakers are a good defensive team last year. Clark holding their opponents to just 33% shooting from beyond the arc. We know the three-point shot is the great equalizer. But to have that kind of three-point defense speaks volume.
It really does, and that led the league in that particular category, Kevin. Teams that relied heavily on the three ball really struggled against the Lakers, and I think part of that was the length. The Lakers able to get out and challenge that three-point line, and everybody is conscious of making that a key part of what they do defensively.
That's a good point. Offline with the layup after the quick pump fake. The dump off. Fisher. Scooped up.
Well, he's not a premier scorer, but he's contributed big time on the offensive end today.
And here are the Grizzlies now, trailing by 5. Here's the general. Lynch backs down. The 10-footer.
Well, you know, it hasn't been much of a contest under the boards, Kevin. They're pulling them all down. They're controlling that area of the game.
They are pulling down a lot of rebounds, Clark, but the score isn't really showing that's been an advantage so far.
But you know what, Kevin? Not yet. But if they can start hitting more shots, I mean, you still got to put the ball in the basket while keeping up the dominance on the glass. Then you've got something that you can work with. That kind of combination will be tough to contain.
First free throw is good.
Kevin, they've been very efficient from the line today, extremely efficient, especially here in the second half. I mean, they've not missed one yet. 100% from the line, that's strong.
Lakers leading by 3, and the Lakers call time here. Here's Shaq. He's got 20. Scott. And he's able to score the bucket. Foul called by the official. So 1 free throw for him right here.
It's been a solid outing for Shaq. 22 points and 4 blocks. What energy he's shown today, whether it's on the offensive end or on deep.
And Clark, it looks like Shaquille O'Neal is trying to find the fountain of youth, always looking for a way to stay in the league, better his play, and keep going.
Yeah, well, no surprise there. He's kind of a creative guy. Imagine that we'll have tie-dye jerseys next when it comes to Shaquille looking for that elusive fountain of youth.
The Lakers in the lead, and they're off to Sacramento after this game as they travel to Arco Arena. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. It's tipped. Shaq's up a 3. Kept alive. Campbell backs him down. Pass to O'Neal. Over Rogers. Shaquille O'Neal again. Shaq's got 24 points.
Boy, this is fun to watch. This guy is putting on a show right now. He's making it look really easy.
To the paint.
I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far too many turnovers right now.
And Clark, when you see the kind of plays where they're unable to run their offense, as a coach, you start getting concerned.
Oh, without question. I mean, you have plays set up, you know your players can run them, and then they throw the ball away. You don't like to see that. They're not concentrating.
are the Grizzlies now. It's a 14-point game. Jones with it. And Shaq backs down. Here's Van Exel. Scooped up. Second chance shot. And there's another one for the Lakers.
He's really doing a nice job leading his team and setting a terrific pace this quarter. He's been absolutely dominant.
Number 11 takes it up. No good. And the Lakers go with it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
He just hasn't been able to get on track in this game. Not like he would like to. He's a much better shooter than he's shown.
Here's the general. Number 11. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be matched up against Portland. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. So it's the Lakers now. 16-point lead. The tray. Reeves gets the board inside. He played through 3 and the double-digit game going on here. Really an incredible game from... So as we get rolling here in the 4th, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for the Sprite Spark Report. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, well, the spark in this one, Kobe Bryant. He's done exactly what you want from one of your bench guys, coming into the game with a ton of energy and extra effort. The lift you need when guys come in off the bench, guys.
And Doris, thank you. Clark, what a spark he's been.
The provocateur entered the game and wasn't going the direction they had planned and turns it around. Well done.
And the Lakers have possession. On the court for Memphis to start the 4th. The general in its shooting guard. Left side, Kobe. It's good!
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
And here are the Grizzlies now. They trail by 18. Here's Abdul Rahim. It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds. And the Lakers have possession. It's an 18-point game. Got a piece of it.
Well, Kevin, he's starting to pile up the turnovers here in the second half. He's certainly not handling the ball as well as he was early on.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. And the Lakers have possession. 16-point lead. Right side, Kobe. Into Shaq. Back to Kobe.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
Here's the general. Lynch backs in. The general.
Kevin, you know, they're behind, and you've got to point to all of those turnovers as a big reason why.
Goes up. Misses the layup. A challenging stretch here for Memphis. Abdur Rahim, Campbell defender. Looking to heat up a bit. No luck.
Another miss, and his shooting percentage continues to go south.
Here's Kobe. Whoa!
He has the ability to turn every dunk into something special. And that's exactly what he did.
Well, even when you're waiting for a jam like that, it still pulls you away.
Yeah, it's special. Well, how about Kobe in this one? He has 20 points, and the 3 ball's been there for him, too. He's hit 2 from out there. His success in the assist department has carried over to the free throw line.
Deflected. and he drops it in on the late. And the Lakers lead by 21. So it's Memphis now. Here's the general. Guarded by Kobe. Just 4 to shoot. 3 seconds left. Hits the left rim and out.
You know, I get the feeling he's pressing here a bit. There's a fine line between being intense and focused and being aggressive and pressing. And right now, he's pressing and hasn't found his rhythm in this game. He just lost another one, Kevin. I mean, he's really having a difficult time seeing the defense here.
Fouled as he went up, and he'll go to the line. And the first one drops. And the Grizzlies making a change here. No good on the second free throw. Deflects the pass. Here are the Lakers. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Here's McLeod. No good. And it's Memphis the other way. Lynch, defended by Scott. Fades back. Knight snatches it inside.
Well, he faded away on it for no good reason. He shouldn't have made that shot harder than it had to be.
That falls in on the rim, coming off the feed.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
Here's the general. Number 11.
He's been AWOL this quarter. When his team is down and in need of some scoring from him, he hasn't shown up.
Takes it up. Scott can't get it to go.
You can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
From the wing, that's good. He's got 22.
That's a good look. Very nice look.
And the Lakers have possession. Here's McLeod. Blocked. It stays here. On defense, Memphis. Releases. Another block. Under 8 minutes left in the fourth. Here's the general. Makes it from 18 feet out.
Tell you what, I like the way he's picked his spots on when to get involved in the offense.
Campbell sets a pick. The baseline J, and the basket good. And the Lakers lead by 20.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Rogers backs down, tosses it up, kept alive. Here's the general, connects from in close. He's got 26.
Snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
Here's Knight, buries it from 14 feet. So it's Memphis now. Under 7 minutes left in the game. Here's the general. Can't get it to fall from downtown. So it's the Lakers now. Drops.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
Here's Rogers. Connects on the baseline jumper.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Deflected. And here is Scott. Easy shot. And again, it's the Lakers.
These guys are putting on a clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
Here's the general. Roger backs him down. From 17 feet out. And it's the Lakers' ball. Here's McLeod. Off target for three. So it's Memphis now. The general. Byron Scott pulls it in.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
Here's McLeod. Can't hit from beyond the arc.
So far, it's been a challenge. He's been unable to get it going here in the fourth.
Down low.
And there's another giveaway for him now. And you know he didn't have a single turnover in the first half.
And the one-handed jam to finish. And here are the Grizzlies now. Lynch, defended by Scott. To the middle.
Again, another turnover for him. He needs to do a better job of knowing where the defense is.
And good with the shot. And the whistle blows for the contact and a chance for...
Kobe lit you guys up out there tonight. Did the team try to do anything specific to shut him down? How do you react to a player that's on a roll like that?
You know, we tried all sorts of things. Coach kept on changing things up to see if we could shut him down better, but Kobe was just out there doing work. Didn't seem to care what we were trying to do to stop him. When a player of his caliber is on like he was tonight, you're pretty much at his mercy. He's fun to watch when he goes off like that too, but it's always nicer when it's against another team.
Since you're sitting there literally doing nothing, let me tell you one of my favorite Wilt Chamberlain quotes. They say that nobody is perfect. Then they tell you practice makes perfect. I wish they'd make up their minds. I don't know why, but that always makes me smile. When it comes to Magic Johnson, man, James Worthy said it best. I don't think there will ever be another 6'9" point guard who smiles while he humiliates you. Karl Malone on what gets his juices flowing. What excites me the most is when a coach calls a timeout and chews out his forward because I just dunked on his head. Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. Truer words have never been uttered by my man Michael Jordan. When he's teaching, I'm listening. You know, You're sitting there doing nothing reminds me of a famous quote I once heard. It's not the hours you put in, it's what you put in the hours. Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships.
The General, as he arrived earlier today, the shot before the game. Wednesday night basketball with NBA on 2K Sports. Glad to have you join us. With my partner, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan calling all the action. First game back in Golden State for the Warriors. They're ready to play. A promising start to the season, winning at a higher rate than last. Here's the General. 26 points for him last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Easy shot. Price grabs the board.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
18 wins at home for the Golden State Warriors a season ago. A tough matchup at Oracle, even with a depleted roster.
And despite a tough season, the Warriors' die-hard fan base still packed Oracle Arena. I mean, they're some of the most enthusiastic fans in the league, and that really picks up a team.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to speak with Rick Adelman. These teams are very evenly matched, and that to him is what makes it such an intriguing contest. He said it will sort of give you an idea of where you stand in this league when you take on a team that looks like your mirror image. Kevin?
Thank you for that, Doris.
What I'm hearing is you've got two evenly matched teams. Now comes the strategy.
And may the best game plan win. You were talking about these Warrior fans. They finished just outside the top 10 in attendance last season with a team that was well below 500.
And that's very impressive. I mean, from ambushing the Mavs in their last appearance in the playoffs to testimonials you'll hear Rajon Rondo saying this is the toughest place to win on the road in the NBA. It just shows you what a great edge this Oakland crowd provides for its team.
The break is up. Here's Sprewell, and yep, that falls, and the foul is called. We'll see him shoot one from the free throw line. And no problem at the line here for the three-point play. The Memphis Grizzlies had a bounce-back year last season.
But, Kevin, they had an easier time out east than they did against the meat grinder that is the Western Conference. Just a 22-30 mark in conference play.
Price grabs the board. Warriors leading by 8. Here's Mo and slam down home. Another look on the Sprite slam can.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
These guys went back and forth in their last season series. Two teams not really looking to make the playoffs, just trading wins.
Lynch backs him down.
Just too difficult to squeeze that pass low.
Here's Golden State, 10-point lead. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
We saw it over and over, the lack of protecting the rock. The turnover differential was atrocious. That's not the kind of basketball they can play if they expect to stay competitive.
Both of them would love to surprise people, maybe work their way up into contention for one of the lower seeds.
You're right, they'd like to, but neither team has fared well at all in this conference. They've both pretty much been bottom feeders.
Here's Smith, again Golden State.
This is domination on both sides of the court. They're taking over.
So it's Memphis now, a 12-point game. Here's the general. Let's go with a three. Kept alive. Baseline J off target.
There's another example, Kevin, of how they're hustling to all the missed shots to get an edge in the rebounding area.
Got a hand on it. The turnover by Memphis. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Nice shot by Smith.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And here are the Grizzlies now. They trail by 14. Number 11, guarded by Price. Here's the general. 5 to shoot. Cuts off the pass.
You know, Kevin, they've just continued to turn the ball over to give it away. They just can't afford to keep playing this way.
The shot is off. And it's Memphis the other way. Guarded by Price. Here's the general. Connects from in close. Here's Price. Not on the scoreboard yet. Here's Mullen. Off the mark with the 3-ball.
Hey, he can hit from that range. I think he missed that one, but the defense is going to want to tighten up on him out there.
Number 11, guarded by Price. Shoots from 12. Mullen snatches it inside.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
Fires from the elbow. No good from Price.
They're losing the battle on the boards here early. Not by a bunch, but here and there, just not quite in the best position.
And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2. First free throw is good. Clark, when you look at the Warriors, they've only made the playoffs once in the last 16 seasons. I mean, can this team ever get out of their own way?
Well, I think, Kevin, the future seems to be taking a turn for the better. I mean, there's a bright future there. You've got some decent pieces. Certainly Steph Curry and Monte Ellis, so new ownership, young talent, good chemistry. That's something to build with.
On defense, Memphis. It's a 10-point game. Marshall backs down. Clock at 4. Nails the bank shot. And the Warriors lead by 12.
Well, in this quarter, they haven't done a good job of defending the shots.
And their down big defense has been an issue here.
It has been. They need to close out on the shooters a little better. And that means you got to be on balance. You got to understand where the ball is. And then you've got to chop your steps as you close out the dangerous shooters.
Deflects the pass. Here's the general from deep. Mullen rips it down inside. 2:16 left in the first. Price outside.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
That's his The first one falls. Grizzlies. And so here's Golden State. They've led by as many as 14 points. Does this team have what it takes, you think, Clark, to make the playoffs this season?
I think so, Kevin. They've got a lot of young talent that has continued to grow together. Sometimes you just have to be patient with a young developing team. And as always, when a young team commits and becomes consistent defensively, that's when they can be a playoff team.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. The General in a two-guard, and Robinson kept alive. Price with the ball. The alley-oop. Tried to convert on the alley-oop, but snatched away.
Well, Kevin, he hasn't had a great game in terms of taking care of the ball and limiting turnovers.
And that one's good. He's got 9. Here's Price. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers. It's tipped. Here's Mullen. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
You should leave those long bomb passes alone.
The tray. And that one's good. And the Warriors lead by 8.
Fast break left the defense scrambling to react, and they couldn't get to him in time.
Here's the General. Can't hit the jumper after freeing himself up with the pump fake. And here's Price. Here's Sprewell, and he drops it in on the lane. He's got 11.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
Spencer gets the whistle for blocking. That is his first foul of the game.
That's a smart play to take it right at him, aggressively, and pick up the blocking call.
Here's the General. 9 points in the game so far. Five to shoot. Stolen away.
He got caught napping. You've got to pay attention and protect the ball.
And that one's good. Price.
Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
And here are the Grizzlies with it, down by 12. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns at U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Great open look there.
They're definitely doing what they need to do as far as getting better shots off. That's a move in the right direction. That's where they want to be headed, getting good quality shots.
Here's the General. Behind the arc. Another 3 for Golden State.
You can see that they're not worried about being conservative here. I mean, they're going after it. They're looking to shoot shots from behind the arc, taking more here than they did in the first quarter, and trying to put this team away.
18 feet away. Puts too much on it.
They've really done a great job securing the rebounds, Kevin.
They got the advantage right now, Clark, +5. Got that bucket in no time at all. He's got 17. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. So both teams making some changes here. Here's the General. He's got 9. Rogers acts in. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here's the General. Off the pick. And that's good for 2.
They've been lights out. I mean, I like what I'm seeing right here. Still down on the scoreboard, but you get the sense that they're moving in the right direction.
Pass to Smith. Takes it up. Drains it from short range. Smith's got 15.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
Here's the General. Leads him with the pass. That's good.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving him.
Here's Golden State. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Mullen. Lynch rips down the defensive board.
Beautiful pass there to find this man streaking up court.
And so here's Golden State. At one point, they led by 16. The general gets called for blocking. That'll be his second foul of the game. Clark, what's the most important position for a team to have a quality backup in? A center, a point guard? What do you think?
I would probably lean towards the point guard position because typically that's an extension of the coach on the floor. Somebody's going to control things offensively and defensively for you. So I'd probably lean towards the point guard. Perfect inbounds play there. You couldn't have drawn it up any better.
That was our spike slam kick, showing you the replay above the rim. And the Grizzlies check on two more.
When he gets it going like this, you got to double team it. That's your only hope.
And so here's Golden State, leading by 12. The general gets called for the reach. That's his. Here's Price. They've got Joe Smith and Price. That's the group starting the second half for Rick Adelman. Golden State turns it over. We'll go the other way. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. They'll be matched up against Sacramento. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Here's the general. He's got 15. Now let's check in with the third member of our crew, Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, some exciting changes in Golden State. Some talented new players to be sure, but also new ownership. For the Warriors, only one playoff appearance in the last 16 seasons, the worst of any team in the league. During that span, a winning percentage ahead of only the Los Angeles Clippers. The Warriors faithful so hoping that the new leadership can help steer the organization towards more consistent success. Guys, these great fans certainly deserve it.
No doubt about that. Thank you, Doris.
Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And it's the Warriors with the ball. 9-point game. Passes it back. Got a piece of it. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Sprewell and sinks it from 3. 20 points for him.
Boy, that's too easy. You cannot let a shooter that good get a warm-up jump shot like that. If you do that, it'll be raining all day from out there.
Here's Peeler on the mark with the fadeaway.
I'm not a big fan of the fadeaway in that situation, but he drained it. Nice shot.
Grizzlies made a nice little improvement last season, playing close to 500, just 2 games below 500.
And Kevin, their road record at 17-24 wasn't great, but it was about what you'd expect from a team of their caliber. Not kind of in the middle of the pack, and for a young team, not too bad.
Here's Mullen, hits the tray. He's got 12. Here's the general, 19 points in the game. Here's Peeler. Smith gets the defensive rebound.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star player. Oh, what a great look to get it inside. That's the way to find him when he's ready to score.
For 3, Spencer yanks down the rock.
They're putting bodies on bodies and cleaning up their misses.
Yeah, they're winning definitely the inside matchup right now. And as we were saying, they're doing a great job blocking out there.
You know, Kevin, rebounding is a lot about blocking out and positioning, but it's also about timing and pursuing the ball. And you've got to do all of those things in order to come up with rebounds.
That's a good point. So it's both teams making substitutions here. A challenging stretch here for Memphis. Trailing by 17. Can they get it? Fuller corrals the miss off the defensive glass. And he dunks that one in.
I love that they're staying aggressive and just keep piling on the point.
He can't complete the three-point play. And here are the Grizzlies now. 19-point game.
It's a great look ahead up court to set up the easy, fast break finish.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the unselfishness. It's a joy to watch.
Here's Price. Kept alive. Here's Fuller. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. And the first one at the line is good. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Now the Grizzlies with it. Here's the General. Comes up empty from the wing. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Here's Price. Price can't get that one to fall.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
And so here's Golden State. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. He dumps it off. 13 feet out. Hits the front rim and in. Here's the General, who's got 23. The General sets a pick. Number 21. Scooped up. Rogers. And a great second effort right there.
Nice. Big momentum builders, those second chance points.
And here's Golden State. 16-point lead. Here's Mullen. He's off from 3. About 7.5 minutes left in the third. Here's Abdur-Rahim. Great finish in traffic. 11 points in the game.
Kev, you can't let him get the ball that close to the basket. By that time, it's already too late.
Now Price. Smith left side. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Smith's got 21. They have a lot of ground to make up here.
They're struggling. Nothing seems to be working for them right now.
Can't connect on the quick shot. Here is Price. Here's Mullen. The shot misses. And the Grizzlies going the other way now.
So far in this quarter, he's having a hard time getting it done. That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Timeout called the Warriors. Both teams will make substitutions. And so here's Golden State. 17-point game. Outside Anthony. It's dumped off the screen. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Here's Mullen. It's blocked. Outside Anthony. Goes up. And there's the dunk.
They got to stay persistent, Kevin. They're on a little run here, but they need to keep their focus to get back in the game.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. 13-point lead. Here's Mullen. Kept alive. The shot by Williams, no good.
Well, Kevin, they need to crash the boards effectively here.
Here's Abdur-Rahim. Hangs. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. And so here's Golden State. Sprewell covered by Anthony. And Smith backing in. Takes a 3. Cannot hit. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Here's the General. Williams pulls it in.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And here are the Grizzlies with it. They're on a 14-5 run. No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. And so here's Golden State. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
Tipped. And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
He played through 3, and as the fourth quarter gets going, let's swing it over to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark report. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Warriors that garners the Sprite Spark today. They put a big run together in that first quarter with their tough defense and have had the lead ever since, guys.
And thank you, Doris. That run was a defining moment for sure.
Yep, that's exactly when it all came together.
Here is Price on the court for Memphis to start the fourth. The General, he's in at point guard. Pass to Smith. Over Abdul Rahim. And it's Smith missing. And here are the Grizzlies with it. Down by 12. Peeler. Sprewell gets the board inside. And so here's Golden State. A 12-point game. And here's Price. Shot clock at 5. Leads him in. And the bucket is good. Laid up and in from the assist. He's got 24.
Well, he's lighting it up. And that surprises no one. This guy is just a dynamite scorer.
Here's Peeler. The shot misses. So the Warriors take it the other way.
He just hasn't been able to get on track in this game. Not like he would like to. He's a much better shooter than he's shown.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Here's the General. Blocked.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Now Price. Jacks up the triple. Kept alive. Here's Marshall. And good with the shot. And the whistle blows for the contact and a chance for one more. And he makes the free throw. Here's the General. Guarded by Price. Here's the General. Here's Reeves. And another miss by Memphis.
That shot didn't have a chance. He doesn't have the softest touch, and the defense was in his jersey. Got to look for a better shot.
Here's Price. Scooped up.
What a game he's had on the boards. He absolutely will not be denied inside. One thing I'm noticing with this team, Kevin, they're holding on to the ball a lot better, doing a good job of securing the ball.
Spencer backs him down. Throws it up. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's the General. Guarded by Price. Here's the General. Rebounded. Lynch. And he lays that one up and in.
You can't forget about him when you're boxing out. That's what he does. He crashes the glass.
Timeout called the Warriors. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
The team just got steamrolled tonight. What are your thoughts after a performance like that?
We just didn't have it. Flat out didn't have it. I know we're capable of better. Coach knows we're capable of better. And you guys know we're capable of better. I'm looking at this like a bump in the road. We're past it now, so no point in lingering on it. Next game's got to be better. It's got to be better. Got to be.
I don't know how you're feeling about this organization, but you've been here long enough to know that you can go and ask management for a trade anytime you want. Just head into the MyCAREER menu and select My Trades. Think this through. Once you put in that trade request, the ball is completely out of your hands on where you end up. Hey, I just got word that Jordan Brand are looking for a rookie superstar to represent the face of their brand. I floated your name around, but it's clear they're looking for someone with more credentials. A lot of perks come with being a Jordan athlete. How bad do you want it, my man? Hey, I just got word that Jordan Brand are looking for a rookie superstar to represent the face of their brand. I floated your name around, but it's clear they're looking for someone with more credentials. A lot of perks come with being a Jordan athlete. How bad do you want it, my man? Hey, I just got word that Jordan Brand are looking for a rookie superstar to represent the face of their brand. I floated your name around, but it's clear they're looking for someone with more credentials. A lot of perks come with being a Jordan athlete. How bad do you want it, my man? Hey, I just got word that Jordan Brand are looking for a rookie superstar to represent the face of their brand. I floated your name around, but it's clear they're looking for someone with more credentials. A lot of perks come with being
took flight and rose above all. He changed the game.
Hey, I just got word that Jordan Brand are looking for a